As soon as I was old enough to work, I began working for a local man by the name of Durr. He was a strange fellow. He was a self-proclaimed inventor and alchemist. I was employed for a few coins to clean his work area and aid in any experiments for a little bonus. A lot of speculation and rumours spread about my going into an old man's house on my own, and although some people were cruel in their comments, making unneeded references to my late father, I was happy in my work. Karras didn't seem to care either. He always used to say that as long as we knew the truth, nothing else mattered. Occasionally his nephew, Krista, visited. He detested me, and I was often sent home with cuts or bruises from his vicious attacks. Karras always apologised profusely for his nephew and reprimanded him, but that only made Krista more furious. At one point, he decided to use a different kind of abuse. I was not a bad-looking girl at the time. My womanly figure had just started to show through, and Krista's hormones, him being about 16, had started to flare. I was in the yard scrubbing shirts and slacks for Karras that he had dirtied in an experiment that had gone wrong. Krista caught me there alone. Preparing for a beating, I moved towards the end of the yard, finding it easier to accept the abuse. He came close and grabbed my half-formed breast. A leering smile crept across his face as his sick and twisted pride swelled within his pants. His mouth curled at the edges, and at the look of detest in my eyes. I didn't move. I was too shocked to do anything. Next, he undid his trousers, dropping them to his ankles, and pushed me to the floor. I stared at him like a startled rabbit. His penis stuck out at a right angle to his body, and he lowered it towards me. His sweat glistened in the late sun. His filthy words left stains on my already tainted soul. I began to panic, the primal fear that takes over us all. I was a small animal in the merciless claws of a snarling beast. He brought his head close to mine, as he lifted just to my waist. As quick as lightning, I caught his ear in my mouth and ripped it away with my teeth. His bitter blood poured into my mouth, and he screamed out in sudden agony. He staggered to his feet, clutching the face that had only moments ago been so lustful. At the sound, Karras came rushing into the yard from his basement workshop. He took the scene in a moment, and immediately knew what had happened. He looked at me with so much emotion then. Sorrow, regret, and grief filled his eyes, and he lifted me to my feet. I was dismissed from his employment that day, and I never saw his kindly face or the twisted scowl of his nephew ever again.